Now, back to the interview from a few minutes ago with Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. The best of the Morning X. 99X.
One of your fans has a question. Kara, you're on with Michael McKean.
Hi, Michael. I was wondering how you liked being Fear on the Star Trek Voyager episode.
Oh, boy. The clown that is Fear, yeah. Thank you for remembering what it says. It was great. It was very hard. They worked very long hours.
And the makeup.
On that show. And the makeup was not so bad. It was about 2.5 hours. And it was a lot of fun. Like I say, it was very, very long hours. And I had a great time.
Well, it was very enjoyable to watch, too.
Well, thank you.
I always read these stories about the people who are on that show who play the creatures. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even know what they're called because I've never seen the show. But you hear the stories about how they have to get there at 5 o'clock in the morning for 4 hours a day in makeup.
And then you take for maybe an hour?
How is that different from getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning to talk to you guys?
Well, yeah, but you don't have to sit in a chair while people, tape
put ears and pointy noses on you,
stuff on your head.
Well, that's just part of the thing.
I mean, know, but
the worst story I ever heard was Tim Curry, who played the devil in this movie called Legend, this Tom Cruise fantasy movie. His first day they put his makeup on, it was almost 9 hours.
Jeez.
Almost 9 hours. Of course, that includes the feet and the hands and the whole body, and and he was 7.5 feet tall when they finished. And I said, well, after a while they got it down. He says, yeah, they got it down to about 6.5.
Ooh.
So just imagine that going into work and you're on a table for 6.5 hours, and then you have to shoot for whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's a hell of a construction job. Can you imagine how bad your skin's got to get at some point?
Well, and yet Tim has skin like a baby's butt. It's
Does
amazing.
he? That's good. I did have another Spinal Tap question, as I mentioned that. David St. Hubbins, was he based on anybody more than anybody else, or was he really a combination of many different characters? Or
no, not
rock
really.
Stars?
It was really all of our characters were kind of created from the whole cloth, and we just kind of accidentally wound up looking or seeming like others. I always thought that the real key to any character is who does he think he looks like? Who does he think he is?
Right.
And, of course, David always thought he was Peter Frampton. Thought he was much better looking than he was. And, Christopher's character, Nigel Tufnell, thought he was Jeff Beck, and he does look an awful lot like Jeff Beck.
That's right.
And Chris, Harry Shearer really based his character on a guy in a band called Saxon, the bass player in Saxon.
Oh, yeah.
And
Wheels of Steel!
The look was modeled more on Lemmy from Motorhead.
I have the only partner in all of American radio who, at the drop of a hat, could immediately peel off a Saxon song.
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Michael, he knows it.
Yeah, Wheels of Steel, come on.
Wheels of Steel, absolutely.
I thought that you guys maybe just sat around, passed a bong around, and came up with another character as each time it came around.
No.
It sounds like you could have so much fun with that, with Spinal Tap.
Fun with bongs, sure.
Yeah, and the thing that people say about it, which has almost become cliche, but seriously, you could, every time you watch that movie, and you've only seen it 5 times, but I'm telling you, every time I've seen that movie, which is no less than 20, I find something else that I didn't see the last time.
Every single time.
And
well, that's good, because when we were putting the film together, we knew it wasn't going to be a huge mainstream hit. All we cared about was that it had some shelf life, so that you could go back and see it again and catch something you didn't catch the first time.
16 years, that's pretty good shelf life.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thanks.
And Rob Reiner, what a perfect straight man.
Oh,
I mean, he was just so
awesome.
perfect.
It's awesome. I mean, part of that comes, his training. His father was maybe the greatest straight man in television history. Let's face it.
Sure.
And and Rob, not just genetically, but Rob has an extraordinary sense of timing.
What was his name, Marty?
You guys, have you seen Ed TV?
Yeah, I saw it 2 nights ago.
He's amazing in Ed TV.
He is very good.
It's the perfect. He's not exactly the straight man, but it's a really wonderful performance. I mean, it's really, he is that son of a bee,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Chris, you're on with Michael McKean.
Hey, Michael, how you doing?
Hey, who's this?
Chris.
That's Chris O'Hanian. How you doing?
Oh, Chris, how you doing?
Big fan of Spinal Tap, man. It's great. The question's a little bit offbeat, though. I was curious about your sister, Nancy, and what she's up to. I haven't seen her really doing much as far as television or movies, or if she's just playing the mother thing, or if she's doing off-Broadway, or
is that your
if y'all
sister?
plan on any kind of projects together.
Is that your sister?
No,
I didn't
not
think
my
so.
sister.
I was gonna say,
not spelled the same way, in fact.
Oh, you're kidding me. I thought y'all were brother and sister.
No, but
Wow.
she's. I actually met her one time, and she was going out with Michael Fox.
Jimmy, didn't you
Wow.
used to try to hit on her or something?
Well, we used to, back in the 80s, she and I used to play in a weekly Trivial Pursuit game.
Oh, really?
Every week, yes. I
Yeah?
didn't, no, I was too intimidated.
Sorry
that was
about that,
back
Chris.
In
Damn,
the,
I feel like a real idiot.
Chris, you know what?
That's all right, Chris.
Let's track her
I
down.
do it every day.
But while we
See you
have,
later.
But Chris, while we have you on, how is your sister?
My sister's doing fine. She still has that. You get me?
Chris-
and
Chris
Michael,
was-
Michael, how's your sister?
My sister is fabulous, thank
Yeah.
you. My sister lives in Locust Valley, New York.
Oh, that's good.
Chris was having the day we had yesterday.
Oh, really? Couldn't get anything right?
We had,
Couldn't
we
get
had-
anything right, but
we had William Devane on.
Yeah.
And we just could not get a fact right, but we were.
No.
I didn't know that. I asked him when his new show premieres.
Came on in
how about
January.
4 months
6 weeks ago.
Yeah, 4 months ago. and then Barnes says, "Are they doing a Dynasty reunion?" And he says, "I wasn't on that."
It wasn't on
show."
Dynasty, no, not
Not
Slandy.
We were
Oh, man.
not
was
quite
awful.
prepared for that. Hey, so when is your thing
man.
going to air on Comedy Central? Is
Monday night at 10.
Monday at 10?
Monday night at 10, be there or be square.
Uncomfortably close on
Yeah.
Comedy Central.
Michael
Fantastic.
McKean, we have
Do
one
the,
last thing to do. It's called the Fish Quiz.
Okay.
Everyone that comes on does it. 15 seconds to name as many fish as you can.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a speed game, so speed counts, obviously.
Oh, does shellfish count as well?
Yes,
Any-
absolutely.
Anything underwater. We just call it the Fish Quiz.
I mean, anything,
Okay.
anything living underwater.
Anything
Yeah.
living
Okay.
underwater except algae. We don't take that.
The record holder is Coolio right now.
All
Don't
right.
tell me how many.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Okay.
All right. On your mark, get set, go.
Piranha, tuna, lobster, crab, clam, shrimp, barnacle, swordfish, sunfish, parrotfish.
10.
Minnow.
10 is respectable.
10, you're done.
10 is a good showing. 15 was the champ.
Not too bad.
No.
Not bad
10's
at all.
great.
You're right
You
there.
were right. You came out the gate slow, but you picked it up.
Right. You're in the upper percentile.
Michael,
I got hung up in the shells.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You spent a lot of time in the crustacean area.
I did.
it was nice to meet you, Michael.
Well, same here, guys.